This is one of the biggest health hacks that we tell almost all our nutritional coaching clients here at Think Farm Health. Are these things that interest you? Energy levels, good blood pressure, being more active, managing your weight better? Then you probably want to start switching your carbs like rice or pasta for potatoes. Let's start by talking about energy levels. Rice has got 0 milligrams of vitamin C, whereas potatoes will have somewhere between 7 to 15 milligrams per 100 grams, depending on how you cook them. One small but randomized controlled trial found that when participants have marginal vitamin C intake, the group of people taking vitamin C actually did 39.6% more physical activity on average than placebo. We have reasons why we don't recommend patients to take vitamin C supplements, but the same should apply to food. We think this is part of why lots of our clients notice a difference in energy levels when they switch to potatoes. More vitamin C. Other reasons for the improved energy may include magnesium. Rice is about 12 milligrams of magnesium, whereas potatoes have about 21 milligrams. Whenever we break down calories into energy, the way in which calories give us energy is by helping our cells produce this thing called ATP. Magnesium is necessary to actually let us use our ATP, which means that within reason, more magnesium makes energy production more effective. This magnesium will also help us produce serotonin, the neurotransmitter known to make us calm, and also produce melatonin, which helps with sleep. Once again, better sleep is something many will report when switching to potatoes. Now, potatoes will also have more B vitamins. For example, rice will only have 0.09 milligrams of vitamin B6, whereas potatoes will have 0.2 milligrams. But what is perhaps most important and most impressive is the potassium content of potatoes. Rice will have 35 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams, whereas potatoes will have 407 milligrams potassium per 100 grams. That's more than 10 times the potassium for the same amount of food consumed. Why is this important? Well, going back to energy, potassium is actually important because it helps the hormone insulin move glucose into the cell. It also helps the body store the carbohydrate as glycogen in your muscles and your liver, where it can boost physical performance. Consuming enough potassium alongside your carbohydrates is actually surprisingly important. It is well known that the hormone insulin is produced when we eat carbohydrates. But what many don't know is that insulin can lower potassium levels as it drives the potassium inside the cell. This can lead to lower levels of potassium in the blood, which is not great for energy levels. In fact, when people don't eat for prolonged periods of time, the insulin-induced potassium decrease in the blood can actually be fatal because the body is already low in potassium. The importance of potassium, though, is often not really talked about, especially for blood pressure. Did you know that your lifelong risk of developing high blood pressure at some point as a human on planet Earth is actually about 90% according to the Framingham Heart Study? As stated on heart.org, which is the American Heart Association's website, foods with potassium can help control blood pressure by blunting the effects of sodium. The more potassium you eat, the more sodium you process out of the body. It also helps relax blood vessel walls, which helps lower blood pressure. In fact, according to a 2023 review article that won Editor's Choice in the European Heart Journal, adding more potassium may actually be more effective at reducing stroke risk than sodium reduction. We think switching to a potassium-rich carbohydrate source like potatoes from something like rice or pasta would probably go a long way towards helping to prevent high blood pressure, which is actually the most common systemic disease humans can get. Now, last but not least, we should talk about carbohydrate density. 100 grams of cooked rice has approximately 28.2 grams of carbohydrates, whereas 100 grams of potatoes has somewhere between 15.4 to 20.1 grams of carbohydrates. This means the same amount of carbohydrates from potatoes will fill you up more than white rice would. This obviously helps with weight management. So to summarize, potatoes are clearly nutritionally superior to grains like rice or pasta, with more vitamin C, B vitamins, magnesium, and potassium. This should help with energy levels, increasing your desire for physical activity. It may also increase the sensation of calm and improve sleep quality. And last but not least, may help with lowering blood pressure and managing your weight better. If you like this video, you may want to subscribe for more content like this, or if you're in the UK, you can check out the blood testing services we offer or the supplements we produce. All the original sources of information and references can be found in the description of the video. The information in this video is for general educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Nutritional needs, medical conditions, especially kidney or heart disease, and medication interactions vary from person to person. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your diet, supplements, or lifestyle. No product mentioned here is intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease.